think a lot of the challenges that we face as a community are challenges that, we faced prior to COVID. We've had issues with mental health in this area. We've had issues with basic needs. There's people that are in poverty that, need food, they need shelter, they need basic medical care. And COVID just really highlighted those things and made some of those problems just even more pressing. Who are those that are most vulnerable to be left behind through this pandemic? And really that's where we found that our youth was most vulnerable. If we didn't keep them in a really strong place through the pandemic, that could have impacts for a very, very long time.
We shut down in March of 2020. We closed our doors. Now how do we outreach and continue our programs? Some of our families who maybe would have liked to connect with us didn't have that virtual capacity. They didn't have that Wi-Fi, they didn't have that internet. And so how are we getting information to them? How can we make these programs work?
There were challenges like everybody had. How do we operate safely? What does this mean for our staff? We knew that families and kids needed us more than ever. We knew that all families were being impacted by a pandemic. Families were isolated. It was really tough on everybody.
United Way is a network of staff and community leaders who make this organization happen so that resources can flow in generously, freely, and flow out freely and focused. We have never before tapped into the corpus. So what does it take to make that decision? A very strong sense that that kind of unusual move is called for based on the circumstances at hand and a trustworthy way to move the funds where it's needed most.
The United Way really looks at the community in a holistic lens. So they care about the financial stability of their community members, they care about their mental health needs, their physical well-being, but also their academic success, which makes opportunities like this to happen.
Once we went down the road of this effort, the amount of need that was present was amazing. We had 3 different waves of funding and the needs changed. And what we were able to do by having separate waves of funding is really be able to adapt that investment to what was the greatest need of the community at that time. That showed me the power of our group and our resources, that ability to pivot and adapt and really meet the community where they're at and really fill that need that's present in real time.
When the United Way announced their emergency COVID funding, it was like a gift on a platter. It gave us the fuel so we could actually do what we were building and dreaming and innovating to do. And the beautiful part as well is they gave us that flexibility. They said, hey, here's a need. And we said, here's our proposal. And it was somewhat of a dialogue, which is really beautiful too, because we were both learning.
This partnership with the United Way has been so special for the library. In this time when we're in the pandemic and we're limited services, the United Way has offered us the opportunity to get out into the parks and to provide a place that's safe for families, that they feel comfortable participating in literacy in a non-traditional way. Through the pandemic,
United Way certainly recognized the importance of collaboration and working together. I think we plant seeds. I think we don't always know it at first. I think we make impacts in ways that we might not even see.
As human beings, when we give, we grow. So when a person donates to the United Way, they entrust the United Way to deploy their funds in a meaningful and impactful way. We understand human problems and opportunities to deliver solutions in a systemic way. Because human problems are shared problems, and our goal is to advance the common good.